Um, Burl, I'm sorry, I got long-winded. I took up 2 minutes of your time. So everyone, the biggest room lifter I know, the biggest life enhancer I know, Mr. Verl Workman. Take it away, Verl.
I love your message, Brent. I'll just come hang out with you. You don't ever have to give it to me. I'll just hang out, and when you're done, I'll give you a high five. How's that?
Right on, baby. Birds of a feather flock together.
I love the concept of no distractions. It's kind of like don't be a dumbass and chase those shiny objects, right?
Absolutely.
All right, so I was thinking about what's going on in the world today. I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. What a great time to just think about all the things we have to be grateful for, regardless of what's going on in our lives. We have way more to be thankful for than we do to whine about. And if you really take a minute and think about that, it's a big deal. I give we give gratitude journals to our employees at the beginning of the year. We ask them to write down things that they're grateful for throughout the year. We encourage our families to do that, and we put our dog down right the day before Thanksgiving. Oh my gosh. And so I'm saying the prayer over the Thanksgiving dinner. And I just said, thanks for 15 years of a great dog. And I lost it. And what's funny is I don't even like that dog. But the impact that that dog had on my kids was so massive. During COVID, she was the therapy dog. She's just always there. And now I have phantom footprints, foot mark. You hear the dog on the hardwood floors? I swear I hear her. I think her ghost is haunting me. Anyway, that was my Thanksgiving. We had 40 people, four turkeys. The best one was the Cajun injected deep fried turkey, and I should have made like three of those because it was gone so fast. No leftovers to that one. I was thinking about today. Okay, so what are we going to talk about today? I'm going to talk about in our sales mastery piece of this. I hope you don't mind me sharing. Thanksgiving was great at the Workman House. We had 40 people, and it was just a blast. And man, when everybody was gone, it was even a bigger blast because you could just exhale and say, "Well, it was good to see everybody, and I'm glad they're gone." Here's the next piece of sales mastery. So I want to talk about just listings for a little bit today, and how do we get listings, and what are some things that we can do that might simplify the way we go after inventory. Is there anybody here that would appreciate more inventory? Anybody like more listings? Like if you own the listings, everybody else is trying to sell your houses, Jay. And if you don't have the listings, you're trying to sell everybody else's. So I've always found that if you list more and you delegate buyers to other people, you have more time to focus on the things that matter in life. And so listings matter. And so we're going to talk about this system called the seller attraction system. And when I give you a shift module, remember these shift modules are based on threats in the marketplace, where we use emotional intelligence to be able to move a client from feeling stuck or frustrated to moving forward, whether it's a coaching client or a consumer. And we do that by giving you a tool that usually has a story, a tool or a resource, a system or a script that you can take through and actually implement in your business. These are all proven. There's no guesswork here. So this story is about Lori, who was driving her son to school, picked him up after school. He wanted to walk, and they were walking back. And he said, "Mom, let's play that game where I get to pick the houses that should probably sell in the neighborhood because they have really great curb appeal." And they go back and forth talking about that. And she thought about how maybe that was a good marketing technique. And there's people that have really great houses to sell that don't know that the market's really strong and that the value is in their home. So how do we go after them? And so we created a story around that to maximize your impact in the community and use this new system called the seller attraction system. And how do you get sellers to be attracted to you, just like you get people to be attracted to you? And so we gave you a breakdown of how to pick a community, how to talk to every owner, how to talk about your top-notch marketing program to help people get maximum dollars, how to advertise the marketing on your in your social media, on your Google slide, on your slide deck, all of those things, how to look up expired and FSBO listings. And I like one of the things that we talk about in this particular module is going back and going after long term, like the last 5 to 10 years of expired listings, and look at the houses that haven't sold. With companies like RedX, you can do that. And you can say, give me expired listings from 3 years ago in this geographic farm, and then cross match it against that haven't relisted. And it'll show you not only all of those properties that were on the market because the sellers wanted to sell, they think they missed the market, but the property might be more attractive today than it was when they tried to put it on the market. And so we give you a script and a dialogue and how to go after that, and then do neighborhood themed events. In this story, she talked about having a snow cone truck at an open house, and people can register. When they register, they get a snow cone, they get to view the home to let the neighbors see what they do from a marketing perspective. It doesn't matter what it is, but you do things on steroids. We do things bigger with a higher level of energy than everybody else. We want to stand out. And then we created a seller attraction system marketing checklist, which is all of the things we do to put a premium marketing plan in place for our clients when we list a property. All the agents have a 4P marketing plan. They put a sign in the yard, they put an ad up, they put it on their website, and they pray that it sells. There's not a real true marketing strategy that's behind most listings. And so when you show up, you've got to show up with more energy and more focus and really more content with a real strategy behind what you're going to do to get maximum dollar. We have another shift module called the maximum dollar listing system that encompasses some of these ideas as well. So these are just a few of the ideas. And then the last thing is we created a script for you to role play. Usually I don't give you the scripts or the check sheets of all of the shift modules. Those are just for private clients. But on this one, I thought it really needed the script and the checklist, the seller attraction checklist, so you can compare what you currently do and then role play and practice with it. If you have access to our Workman AI, if you're a private client, then you'll be able to go in and you'll be able to role play this with the AI bot and actually do the role play back and forth, practicing setting the appointment with the client. So the pieces are the story, and what you do with your team is you read it out loud. And then you go through and you read the checklist, then you go through and read the script and practice it. And then you send your agents out with a very specific checklist of what to do next. If you don't have the Workman Mastery Insider link yet, I want everybody to grab your phone and just do a quick copy of the QR code, and we'll send it to you. If you've already done it, you don't need to do it again. And you'll get copies of our Sales Mastery Insider as I deliver them each week with these calls. Okay. So sorry, someone's chatting me. I'm just going to put a note up here in your, oh, got it. All right, let me know. So now let's take just a minute and let's think about neighborhoods that you work, areas you're in, things that you do where there might be additional opportunity for you to list more properties. Tell me right now how you find and attract new opportunities for listings. What are some of the things that you're currently doing that work really well? Carolyn, Mark, Brian, jump in. LJ?
We hook people with a message to attract sellers who are thinking about selling with a message that says, sell your Nashua home without listing it for sale. No signs, no open houses, quick, easy, and convenient. Call Verl. They call you and they go, how does this work? Now you're talking to somebody who wants to sell their home. And how it works is really simple. Sometimes I'm in the real estate business. Sometimes our buyers can match up with our sellers. So when could I come and take a look at your home to see if it matches any of the buyers we're working with? So
Yeah,
now
that's great.
you're face to face with the seller. And
I
then
love that message.
to acquire the client, you explain to them why selling their home to one prospect is the dumbest thing on the planet. Because price is a function of supply and demand. And although we could wait around for my buyer to buy your property, even if they love it, we've got one buyer, they're calling the shots. Do you really care who buys your house?
Nope. You,
Prices are driven by demand. Can I show you some things I would do to increase the demand? So that's working really well, Verl.
that's great. How many listings are you carrying?
I'm a coach, real estate coach and trainer. I sold 400 homes a year in the 90s. I coached Brent years ago. So I
Got it.
joined to just hang out with you guys today.
Glad you're here. Glad you're here. And I love the ideas. There's so many great ideas out there. Anybody that's actually doing it in this moment that is getting listings and results. And Brian, I believe that your clients probably are, right? That's like it's a working strategy.
Fer, I have a question.
Hi, Carmen.
How are you? I have a
Good.
client that I went to his house. He came to my house. We do the presentation, but he doesn't want to put in the MLS. I think that he's not ready to sell the house because he's like, I'm not in a hurry. Okay.
So why? What's his fear?
not to achieve the price that he has. And he had it like 2 months ago with another realtor, obviously overpriced. And I said, okay, you already know that the price that you put it on the market is not the right price. And I am like there, okay, we'll let you know after Thanksgiving. Now is the time that I have to call back. But his thing is that he doesn't want to put on the market. He wants to find a buyer directly, not to
Okay.
be so
He
many
wants to
days on
be
the
a for
market.
sale by owner.
Okay, yeah.
So he
Hmm.
wants to be a for sale by owner. And so what are some of the options that you would give him? So your job isn't to tell him that he should or shouldn't. Your job is to be an options dealer. And so
Okay.
what are the options that you're going to give him? So the way we give options is by asking questions. So here's a few questions you could ask. Um, what are you doing differently in the marketing of your home by yourself that wasn't being done by the realtor before? Is that a good question? What are you going to do differently? Are you going to advertise it differently? Are you going to expose it to more people differently? Are you going to have a more aggressive pricing strategy? Do you have secret sauce that I don't know about? That's one question. Another question you might ask is, when exposing it to all the realtors who are representing buyers didn't give you the result you wanted, how will reducing the number of people that see your home help it sell at the higher price?
Hmm.
How would it?
Yeah, I already make him sign that document from our MLS that says that not exposing to the MLS is hurtful for them. Yeah,
Well,
that's
for me, I don't know if he's got unrealistic pricing and he
yeah.
doesn't give you the ability to market it. So when you take inventory and you put it on the market, you're making an investment. And so when you take a listing, you're making an investment in the sales of that property. If you make an investment in anything at all, do you expect that you're going to get a return on your money?
Hmm.
Yeah. So if you give me $1 and I'm going to pay you back $1.50 tomorrow, that would be a good return, wouldn't it?
Hmm.
If you give him your marketing dollars to market the property and you have zero expectation of getting a return because he's an unrealistic seller and he's putting handcuffs on you for marketing, how are you going to get a return on your investment to market?
I don't like it.
Okay, so here's what you might do, or at least consider, is I love your idea of trying to sell it yourself, and I'm happy to put my sign out there and do marketing and do open houses. I just charge a $2,500 retainer that goes against your commission when it actually sells. If the house doesn't sell, which I don't believe it will, then at least you're spending your money and not mine to do the marketing.
Okay.
I'm totally serious. Like, I'm not saying that as a joke. I'm not saying that. It's like, I have no reasonable expectation it's going to sell. And it's not that I don't believe your home is beautiful. I love your home, but like all the buyers have to see it. And if nobody sees it, it doesn't matter how great you think it is. The market determines the price, not the realtor, and certainly not the homeowner because they're emotionally attached.
Correct. Thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
So I actually did this. My sister called me from Arizona. She was at a ranch, and the ranch they wanted to overprice the property by almost $2 million. The reason they called her is because she had sold a ranch down the street that nobody else could sell. And she was driving all the way from Phoenix out to the middle of nowhere to sell this ranch. And she knew what a pain in the butt it would be. And she went in the kitchen and she called me and said, he's overpricing it by $2 million. What do I do? I said, ask him for a $10,000 marketing retainer that goes against your commissions. You have the dollars to hire the drone photography and to get people out there, put it in Land and Ranch magazine, put it all over the country so people will buy it. And if it doesn't sell, then he doesn't get it back. But if it does, it goes against your commission. And she says, there's no way he'll do it. I said, well, he definitely won't if you have that attitude. Go in and ask him. And she put the phone in. She went in and asked him. She came back and he said, he wrote me a check and signed the listing. And she sold the property for $1 million more than she thought and $1 million less than he thought. So neither one of them were right.
Wow.
The
That nice
buyer
story.
dictate the buyer dictates the price. It's not the agent or the homeowner. It's the consumer. So those are just that, like, there's some ideas. So Carmen, give them some options. The option isn't list with you or not list with you. It's you can do it yourself and not expose it to any realtors. You can list it with me, we'll put it on the list, expose it to everybody. You can list it with me and not do the MLS and just write it. I just offer, you just have to pay me $2,500 retainer for the marketing and effort of stuff we put in up front. That way we both have some investment in it. Mine's time and yours is money. Which of those three options you think is going to work best? Give them the alternative choice and close it.
Love it. Thank you.
Okay.
I
I
have
like
an
this.
appointment at 5:30. I need to leave. Thank you so
Yeah, go
much.
get it. Well, my motto is that my boat runs on gas, not thanks. And if I'm going to take money out of my kids' pockets and invest in the marketing of your home, I need a realistic expectation that it's actually going to sell. And I also don't do business with people I don't like and trust. And so if I don't trust that he's going to do the right thing when an offer comes in, you know, can I tell you what the real problem is, Carmen, really fast? It's you don't have enough opportunities to say no to the ones you shouldn't take. And so when you prospect and you go after working your database, you have lots of business. When a crappy seller comes up, it's like I'd rather turn you down than let you down because I know that I can't meet your expectations. So I'm going to turn you down. Thank you for coming. When you're ready to sell, give me a call and just go to the next one. But when you don't have the next one, you spend too much time on time and energy sucking people. So go have a great appointment and get it. And have some fun with that. Good question, though. Anybody else have a question for Big V before we wrap it up? Thanks for being here today. Brian, how'd I do? Anything you'd add to that? I thought that was a pretty good option, right?
I'm really good, Verl. Love it.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate that. Mark,
Well,
go.
I just want to say, I love what you said there. It's better to turn people down than to let them down, not be able to meet their demands. I have suffered that one. That was a huge nugget for me today. I appreciate it.
Yeah, good. Well, you know what? I had to say that to my sister because she wanted me to list her property. Actually, she wanted me to go find a house, and then she wanted to drive around, look at all these properties, and she wouldn't put her house on the market, and she wouldn't commit to getting a loan approved. And I just wouldn't have time for it. I said, Joanne, I said, I would rather turn you down than let you down because if I go out and show you all these homes and then get you all excited about it, and then you haven't done the work you need to be able to buy it, then you're going to get excited about a property somebody else is going to get. And then you're going to feel let down. So I would rather not work with you in the beginning than set us up to have a relationship issue later. I'm going to refer you to somebody else, and I did. And she
Burl,
never
that
did.
applies to so many areas of life. It really does. Choosing who you work with. If they're not going to implement your advice, it's not good for your soul either, right?
Yes, however, when they're making an effort, I'll continue to show up to help them.
Oh, absolutely. If they're making
Right?
the effort, yeah.
Yeah, Carolyn, good insight on that. Well, everybody, we're in the home stretch. Everybody else is taking their foot off the gas right now. This is when we take market share. This is the greatest time that we have in real estate, the holiday season, to take market share because everybody else is planning their January and February so the spring market they can be busy. It's the activities you do in December that will determine your outcome in January and February. So have a great December and let's kick butt, take some market share. Good to see you all.